rounding. Do we need to go over any more rounding to the nearest tens or hundreds? Show me with your thumbs. Like you're like, man, I got rounding. Rounding is my like new thing, or I'm like, yeah, it's okay. I get it pretty much, or like, no, I don't get it at all. So Charlotte, you're like, Athena's. Heidi, you okay? Oh, bless you. That was funny. You're kind of all like, you're freezing, and then it like fast forwards. That was like as whoa, that we saw your sneeze in like super fast motion there. Looked funny. All right, Heidi, how do you feel about rounding? Do you hear us? I think your connection might not be the best in that room. All right, there you go. And you're frozen. How do you feel about rounding? Are you like, yeah, rounding? It's okay. I'm doing all right with it, or nope. Oh, here comes Savannah. Change it, Athena?
She can't see me there.
All right, hey, Savannah. You joined us, cool. We're just talking about rounding. If you guys need me to like go over it a little bit before we go into new stuff. Does anybody want to see again how to round to the nearest 10 or round to the nearest 100? Show me with your thumb if you're like, yeah, show me. I need to see it again. Nope. Charlotte kind of wants to see it. All right, well, Charlotte, if we have time at the end.
Quick review.
Review. All right, so when we're looking at our place value, so if we have a number 157 and we want to round it to the nearest 10, well, this is our tens place. The second number from the right, the second place from the right is always the tens place. It doesn't matter how big this number gets out here. This is always the tens place. And this is always the ones or units place. And this is always the hundreds place. It's just how that works. So rounding to the nearest 10 means we're going to have a number that's going to end in 10. Some kind of 10. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, or 0, 0. So 57 is between what two tens? It's between 50 and 60. So we need to determine, is 57 closer to 50 or 60? And we do that by looking at the units place. So remember our rhyme? 1 through 4, we stay on the floor we're on. 5 through 9, we climb the vine and we round up. 5 through 9, we climb the vine.
Stay on the floor. 5 through 9, climb the vine.
So what are we doing with this, Charlotte? Are we going to stay on the floor or climb the vine?
We're going to climb the vine.
We're going to climb the vine to 60. So 157 is going to round to 160. Cool beans? Now,
Cool beans.
Same concept if we want to round to the nearest 100. Except now we know our number is going to add and is going to end in 100. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, or 0, 0, 1,000. So we need to figure out, is 157 closer to the floor it's on, 100 or 200? So we look at the tens place to tell us, and then we remember our rhyme. So what are we going to do? Stay on the floor or climb the vine?
Climb the vine.
Climb the vine. So 157 would round to what?
200.
200. Ta-da! So 157 would round to 160 when you round to the nearest 10, or 200 when you round to the nearest 100. Okay? Oh, Elijah's trying to. All right, he came on. All right, So today we're going to review properties of addition. So let's go ahead and mute. I'm going to share. You don't need to see that. So properties are rules you can use with numbers. We remember that, hold on, let me get my, it's not gonna let me move it, there we go. So Sid has 4 blue pens and 5 red pens. Mario has 5 blue pens and 4 red pens. How many pens does each boy have? Well, 4 plus 5 equals what, Athena?
9.
5 plus 4 equals what, Heidi? Equals 5 plus 4 equals what?
9.
9. Sid has 9. Sid has 9 pens and Mario has 9 pens. So that's what, does anybody remember what we call that rule? When it doesn't matter what order we add things, we could add 4 first or we can add 5 first. Does anybody remember what we call that? If you have the power of read ahead, you can see it right below here. Oops. Just to make this pathetic. Athena?
I didn't raise my hand.
Oh, sorry. So this shows the commutative property of addition. Everybody say it out loud. Commutative.
Commutative.
The commutative property of addition, which means the order in which the numbers were added didn't change the sum. We always get the same sum. Doesn't matter what order we do it. 3 plus 7 is going to give us the same as 7 plus 3. 309 plus 14 is going to give us the same thing as 14 plus 309. Doesn't matter the order.
Because they're the same numbers, just put in a different order.
Exactly. It's just put in a different order. The same amounts, and you're putting the same amounts together. So example 2 is the same kind of thing. It says Anna practiced piano for 3 hours on Friday. She did not practice at all on Saturday. How many hours did she practice altogether? So 3 plus 0 will give us
3.
3.
3.
And 0 plus 3 will give us
3.
3. But this shows, so this was the commutative property, didn't matter if we added 3 plus 0 or 0 plus 3. But when we add 0 to any number, this shows the identity property of addition. That means the sum of any number and 0 is the number. Identity. If I add 0 to me, it's still going to be me. If I had Athena plus 0 is going to be Athena. Charlotte plus 0 would be Charlotte. Savannah plus 0 would be Savannah. And Heidi plus 0 would be Heidi. That's still, it's the same identity. Whatever that number is, you add 0 because you're not adding anything. It's still the number, right? So that's that identity property of addition. Now, sometimes you may want to group numbers in a way that makes them easier to add in your head. That's mental math, right? That's when we do that mental math. So example here, it says, Matthew saw 9 sailboats, 4 rowboats, and 6 canoes on the lake. How many boats did he see altogether? Well, he may want to group this and use parentheses, which shows you how to group operations. These parentheses tell you to add 9 and 4 first. When we see parentheses, it just tells you what to add first. But since 4 and 6 make 10, and that's easier, you may already know that, finding 4 plus 6 is easier than finding 9 plus 4, he's going to use the associative property. And it's basically like the commutative property, except we've got more numbers to add, but it's still the same deal. It doesn't matter the order. So if you add 4 plus 6 first and get that 10, then 10 plus 9 is easier to add than 9 plus 4 is 13. 13 plus 6 is 19. Still gives you the same answer, right? There's still 19 boats on the lake. Oh, that's nice. It showed up right where, about where I wanted it to. There you go. All right, Savannah, 6 plus 5 is what? Are you with us, Savannah? You froze. Athena, go ahead.
Where is it? 6 plus.
You see it
11.
on 11. And 5 plus 6 is?
11.
What property is that? Is that the identity, the associative, or the commutative? Things they know. Who remembers? What do we call it? That was the first one we talked about. Nobody? Come on, somebody. Roll back up. What is it, Charlotte?
Commutative.
Commutative.
It's really hard to say.
I know. Let's all. That's why I was wanting you to practice it. Commutative.
Commutative. I
Commutative.
said it. I said it.
Of
All right. Who wants to walk me through number 2? Go ahead, Heidi. So if we do this 5 plus 7 plus 3 and we add 5 plus 7 first, what's our answer going to be? So what's 5 plus 7?
12.
And then 12 plus 3?
15.
Yep. And now the second part.
15.
Yeah, you're going to add 7 plus 3 first, which might make it easier because we know 7 plus 3 is 10, and then 10 plus 5 is 15. What property is that?
Identity?
No. Remember, identity is whatever we add to 0 is that number. So it's the other one, it's the associative. Associative. All right. And Savannah, are you there?
She is on there, but I think she's on mute or something.
There she goes.
Yeah,
Savannah,
she's on mute.
what's 0 plus 12?
She's on mute.
Yeah, I think she's frozen. Go ahead, Athena.
12.
Charlotte's tidying up. Charlotte.
12.
All right, what property is this?
Identity.
Identity. Anything we add to 0 will be that number.
0 plus 12 is 12.
Look, I made a little person. All right. So this is going to show up as your follow-up work. You got a page of.
I think she froze.
She's back, I think. So you're going to have this page to complete, all right? And some problem solving, just word problems. I'll do 16 with you. In 3 baseball games, the Tigers scored 7, 4, and 6 runs. How many runs did the Tigers score in all 3 games? So we still need to add the 6. So 6 plus 4 is what? Charlotte. What's 6 plus 4?
10,
Plus 7?
17.
And what property of addition is that? I'll show you the names. Is it commutative, associative, or identity?
Community.
Well, remember that one with the parentheses? It's actually associative. That's going to be too complicated to write like that.
Confusing.
There we go. All right. Next part of the lesson, addition patterns. So this is just some place value review. We've been doing place value, except we're looking at one more, 100 more, or 1,000 more, or 10 more. So this shows, the bank book shows how much money was added to Bart's account each time he visited the bank. How much money did Bart have after each trip to the bank? Complete Bart's bank book. I think they tried to give us a tongue twister. Okay, so it says the circle digits show which place value changed each time. Okay, so he had $575. The second time he added $1 more. So Bart had $576 after his first trip. Just bear with me, this looks a little funny. So we had $576. Oops, that looks weird. After his first trip. And it looks like the second trip they added $100 more. So he had $676 after the second trip. And on the third trip, they added $1,000 more. So one more in the thousands place means that now he has $1,676 after the third trip. Bart added some money to the $1,676 he already had in his account. He now has $1,686. Complete the number sentence to show how much he added. So 1,676 plus what gave us the 1,686? What number changed?
Tens place.
The tens place, right? So we added how much more?
One more.
Yep, 10 more. One more in the tens place. So they circled that, and that would have been 8 there. Do we see that? Oops, that's all we're doing is we're adding 1 more, 10 more, 100 more, or 1,000 more. This one stayed the same. This one stayed the same. And we have 1 more, which you can't see because the arrow. So 1,686. Ta-da! Example 2. Patrick kept track of the miles his family traveled on a trip. Each time they stopped, he wrote down the miles from the odometer. That's the thing that do you guys ever watch the odometer when you go on a road trip? it keeps track of the miles on your parents' car. It's kind of fun. So he's writing down different miles. So here he sees 9,674 miles. He added 100, so that means he's got one more in the hundreds place, right? So now there's, oh, I'm trying to draw an arrow, but so now there's 9,774, and now they're making a jump from 9,774 to 9,874, which means we're what? What are we adding? Add what? Charlotte?
We're adding one more 10.
One more what? We went from 9,784, excuse me, to 9,874. What changes?
The 100.
The hundreds. So we're adding 100 more. Okay? Each time they stopped, the number increased by, it looks like, how many miles? 100 miles. So what would the next number be if we keep the pattern going? We're going to add 100 again. Let me do it. So what would this number be? Charlotte, go ahead.
9,974.
It'll let me stretch it out. Nah, it's not gonna. Well, you guys get the idea. So Patrick's family stopped every 100 miles. Okay. So we're going to write the number in the place value chart here. So 100 more than 3,728. That means we're going to have a number in each place. But we're adding 100 more. So do our ones change? How many ones do we have now, Savannah? If we add 100 more, how many ones are we going to have? I feel like it freezes every time I call on you. Athena, how many ones are we going to have? If we add 100 more to 3,728.
100.
We're still going to have 8 ones,
Yeah.
right?
1.
How many tens are we going to have? Are tens going to change if we add 100 more? No. The number that's going to change is the number in the hundreds place because we're adding 100 more. Instead of having 700s, we have what?
800.
We have 800s.
3,828.
Exactly. There we go. Okay. One more than 281. What would that be? Anybody want to tell me the whole number? What would the new number be? One more than 281. Heidi, go ahead. What's one more than 281? You with us? What's one more than 281, Heidi?
Let's see.
want me to call on somebody else?
Sure.
All right, go ahead, Charlotte.
282.
There we go. So the number that changes is the ones, the unit. All right, this says, this one, we're going to complete the number sentence. It went from 6,325 to 6,425. So what are we adding, Athena? 6,325 plus what will give us 6,425?
We're breaking that.
6,325 plus what will give us 6,425? We can use our place value chart and see what number's changing. Our fives are the same, so our units place is the same and nothing changed. We have, it's the hundreds, right? So we're adding what? 100.
100.
Yeah. 6,325 plus 100, 6,425. Ta-da! And you will have a page of this. Now, I would advise you, if you need to, draw a chart like this to help you. Okay? So if, oh, Savannah, was that your sister who was texting me earlier? Okay. Or was that your mom? All right, so if you need, so do this, because I know it says like one more than 972. Well, make your chart. You have your thousands, hundreds, tens, one. Right? So you've got 972 and you're adding one more. It's going to be 973. So if you need to draw it out so you can see it, then do that.
Not the same like one of those sticky, yummy things.
All right. Number 5, 1,000 more than 374. So 1,000 more. So if we're adding 1,000, our new number is 1,374. So how do we feel about this? Your follow-up work is you're finishing this page, okay? Let's do one of these. 974 plus what equals 975? The number in the units place changed, so we're adding 1. 974 plus 1 equals 975. So that's what you're writing. Plus 1, plus 10, plus 100, plus 1,000. Complete the number pattern. 6,282, 7,282, blank space, 9,282. So we're going up by what? Thousands. So our next number would be what, Athena? What am I going to type here? I already started to. $8,282. Show me with your thumbs. How do you feel about this? I hope it's good because our time is done. If you're kind of like, then don't worry. I've recorded it. You can watch the recording, okay? Watch the lesson again. You can reach out if you need help, okay? Great job, everybody. We're making it. It's good to see you guys.
Hi, Miss Athena.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and end the meeting so that way it'll convert it and the recording will.
Bye, Charlotte.
Yeah, so bye, everybody.
Love you, Miss Brenda.
Love you. Keep having fun and doing your practice work too, okay? Keep that brain sharp. All right.
Miss Brenda.